Whoa! Hey, we're finally doing a Mega Man game, and not the one people were expecting, probably. So yeah, welcome everybody. This is your host, the MJ406, and for Saturdays I decided to throw Let's Plays a change of pace for reasons. I'll go over those later. But either way, it's finally time to do my very first Mega Man game, which I'm doing Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge for the Game Boy. Which, yeah, this may seem like a weird turn, because most people go to the NES ones, but well... Basically, I had plans with another Sideshow Saturday series, but well... I realized it would probably get monotonous if I did what I wanted to do, which is the adventure mode of the Smash Ultimate game, but yeah, that would get really monotonous. So, decided let's just do a whole nother Let's Play, and it would be Mega Man for Game Boy. I'll do all the Game Boy games of the Mega Man series, because I feel like it's good to go over what most people don't go over. And, well, for those of you who aren't familiar with the Blue Bomber Mega Man, this is actually a very good entry point. For those of you who are familiar with him, this may seem like a boring alternative. Either way, there's fun to be had, and well, it's time to go over it the only way we know how. Fighting Robot Masters. The way the Game Boy games work, I should probably go over the plot of this one. Basically, the villain of the series, Dr. Wily, is tired of Mega Man and his creator, Dr. Light, foiling his plan's world domination. So he decided to come up with a new plan, reviving Robot Masters to take down Mega Man again, as well as constructing a new robot specifically designed to kill Mega Man, referred to as a Mega Man killer. Now it's up to Mega Man to stop Dr. Wily once again. And well, we have 4 Robot Masters here from Mega Man 1, which are Cutman, Iceman, Fireman, and Electman. And well, it's our job to put them out of their misery. So, let's go. Let's start with Iceman. He's actually really easy. But yep. So, if this is your first Mega Man experience, well, welcome. This may be somewhat boring, but, you know, if you know Mega Man, this will feel very familiar. I'll say, these games are more like... These games tend to basically retread a lot of the, ground that the NES Mega Man games go through. So basically... This basically is like an alternative for people that never had an NES to play, like, somewhat play, the Mega Man games, or at least the NES ones. They tend to be, like, exactly like the NES ones, but on a smaller scale. And, well, they tend to not be as good. Like, see, the sprite sizes are huge because it's a small screen, you would need to see all this. And, well, the stages, while not exactly identical, tend to be very familiar to stages from the NES games. In case you're asking yourself, well, if these are basically based off the NES games, why aren't you doing those first? Hey, don't worry. I have plans to do the NES Mega Man games somewhat soon. It's just, well, maybe I should actually discuss it. Like I said, my plan was to do, well, the event mode style mode in, Smash Ultimate. But unfortunately, well, I realized it would take forever and get kind of repetitive. Oh god, right, ice. And yeah, so that's why I'm not doing that. I'm doing a Let's Play to basically come up with more ideas. But, you know, I was kind of thinking maybe of having the, Saturdays also be covering what I will call, like, the small screen Saturdays. Sounds lame, I know, but, you know, there's some good little games on this, old school Nintendo handheld. And, you know, I do have a couple other Game Boy games I would want to Let's Play in the future, so, you know, if everything else is covered up with projects, like it has been for everything else, because Mario Party Advance, but hey, at least Mario Party DS is over, right? Now we'll have a single dose of Mario Party, and the dose I've left you guys with is, well, awful. Ow! Oh, by the way, Mega Man dies to spikes instantly. Just a warning. Those things are weapon energy packs, but I can't use them because I don't have any special weapons yet. So yeah, I should explain if this is your first Mega Man game. Mega Man games are basically these hard old school platformers that, well, basically I think the way I can best describe it, think of like a combination between Metroid and Mario. I mean, it may not be the best comparison, but you do get weapons that you use for upgrades to help advance you further and kill enemies more easily, so, you know, in that regard, it's similar to Metroid. But the platforming makes it feel like Mario a bit. Although, the Mega Man game's platforming tends to be complex. And well, after going through a lot of the series with my friend Kingslayer Koshi recently, I've gotten, oh no. Ow. I've gotten very into this series lately. So much so that I've gone through both the Legacy collections for both the original Mega Man series and the Mega Man X series. So yeah, I'm starting to be well versed in the Mega Man series. Well, I haven't touched Battle Network, Legends, or Star Force. And while I'm planning to get to the Zero and ZX series eventually, when I'll do that, ow, I have no idea. Oh yeah, I should also explain. The Game Boy Mega Man games, like I said, were based off of, you know, stuff from previous Mega Man games. The first one here is based off Mega Man's 1 and 2. So the mechanics Mega Man knows are based off the first two Mega Man games. So all you can do is jump and shoot for now. I mean, the release of this game did come, like, a little before Mega Man 3, I think, so that's probably why it works like this. It makes sense if you look at, there's basically, after Mega Man 2, a Game Boy game came after every single NES Mega Man game. I think that best sums this up. Oh no, I might lose all my lives. But well, the basic goal of Mega Man is to basically shoot and platform your way through hell to eventually reach the Wily door, which houses the Robot Master which you must fight. For our cases, Iceman. And I died, like an idiot. I gotta remember how to fight. So, you run out of your lives, here's a password, you back where you were. Not like we did anything! Because damn me! Well, this is gonna be a sloppy introduction, isn't it? Then again, I expected as much. Let's try it again. I do think this is the best first stage. There are other mechanics to go over the Mega Man games as well. Which I guess I may as well get a head start on that. The deal with Mega Man, what makes him so interesting, is that as he fights these Robot Masters, he gets to take the abilities of said Robot Master to use it for himself. So, you know, that can lead for a lot of interesting opportunities for, you know, interesting platforming challenges as well. The big key thing to take away from that is that as you gain these weapons, you can use these to fire the Robot Masters. Because, by some stupid design choices by Wily, unless it's unintentional, in which case, sucks to be him. Well, all the Robot Masters tend to have weaknesses to one another. In a chain, if you will. The Mega Man games typically have this referred to as boss order. You basically defeat one boss, it seems to be easy with just your basic weaponry, and then go after each other Robot Master with their weakness as well, in order to make them easier. So you use the weapons you acquired to your advantage to take out Wily's other Robot Masters more easily. Although the harder part may be the platforming, depending on what level it is. Since there's ice physics here... Ow! This one's already difficult. Spikes kill me one hit, but icicles don't, because, you know, that makes sense! Damn you, Wily! I blame Light for making me weak to spikes. Why is it spikes in particular, I have to wonder? Why is it that? I don't know. Is it like metal spikes that, like, hit his, like... Ow! Do they hit his, like, power core or whatever in a certain way? I don't know. God, I forgot I did just pick the ice level first, so the platform is a little rough. Although, in all fairness, getting new weapons would not help me out this level. Because, well, I'm a Mega Man player who tends to only use his main buster for most things, because, well, special weapons are nice. As you saw from those other capsules I can't make use of, where the little energy balls are for health, those little encapsulated energy balls are weapon energy. You have limited ammo with the special weapons, and that's the balance factor. If you have an overpowering weapon you can use infinitely, that's just unfair. I mean, I constantly use that as a kind of defense for Metroid Prime 2 amongst the Metroid Prime trilogy. We have all the other special weapons. We have the first Metroid Prime game, you have all the other weapons and ammunition you can use freely. Metroid Prime 2 decided to introduce a ammo mechanic to limit your options. You see, in a way, Metroid Prime 2 actually took some notes from Mega Man. I didn't even think about it until now, honestly. It's actually a pretty good comparison. I only use that because I did Metroid Prime 2 somewhat recently, and well, I guess that game sticks pretty fondly with me. The whole Prime series in general, I mean. But yep. Although you can use it and just expect to get ammo back. Just, you know, understand your limitations. You have ammo limitations on all your good weapons, and your main buster can only do so much. Your little pea shooter is a pea shooter. So, you know, don't expect too much out of it. But, well, let's try Iceman again. I better not die this time like an idiot. These are basically easier versions of these Robot Masters from the main NES entries. So, yep. Just dodge their attacks, learn their pattern, and, well, you'll have them killed in no time. And there we go! You're a dead man! Woo! I did it! Now, well, with the Robot Master defeated, I get their power. Oh, God! Is that what your insides look like? Oh, no. You got Ice Slasher. Oh, yeah, they did change some weapons, somewhat, for the Game Boy games. I forgot about that. Actually, I think they just changed the name, but the weapon's basically the same. So, now that I have Iceman's weapon, we can go tackle another Robot Master. Which, by the way, you can revisit the stage, but, well, that won't really matter till later Mega Man games, so I wouldn't worry about it. Anyway, let's go after Fireman. Yes, you know, ice can put out fires. Oh, wait a minute. Don't worry about it. Like I said, the Game Boy games are a very good entry point for, you know, people that don't know the Mega Man series at all. At least I think so. Because it goes over basically the Robot Masters and miniature versions of the stages that are present in each of the NES Mega Man games. So, you know, it's a good entry point, I feel. Well, you can pause and then pick your weapon. So, notice this flame pillar. If I shoot my Ice Slasher over it, you can barely tell, but I can freeze it into place. Yeah, you can't tell because the Game Boy only does black and white. But trust me, I froze it. Like I said, don't need weapons like this to use to your advantage. Just, you know, make sure you know the actual ins and outs of it and don't just blindly fire like that. Come on. Oh my God, it freeze already! Alright, fine, I'll stop shooting you. If I look the other way, there we go. There we go. Of course, you don't need your weapons for any of this. You can go through pretty much all the Mega Man games with just your standard weaponry. Well, to an extent, you can. There are limitations to that rule. And, well, I consider that's a bad level design on Capcom's part for that, but... Hey, you're a Mega Man 2 enemy. You shouldn't be here yet. But yeah, either way, while the weapons are there to make the game easier, you can challenge yourself by not using the special weapons at all if you so choose. I don't tend to do that. Well, I tend to go through a lot of the levels with just the Buster. The Mega Buster as it's referred to. However, well, special weapons are, to me, the biggest use of special weapons are for bosses and other enemies that are weak to said weapon. So, oh yeah, also, you have to be on the weapon you want to refill with when you pick that up if you want to actually refill your ammo. So keep that in mind. Ow! Shit. No, I rose at the worst time. Come on. There we go. Energy mine, yes! Just know your way around levels and you'll be fine. The good thing is, you have infinite continues, so there's no worry about having to start your game over if you know, run out of lives repeatedly. In fact, later games of the series, well, maybe not the main Mega Man series on NES, but the Game Boy ones at least, they had a thing to make the game easier if you were having trouble. So, you know, since this is the first one, it's a little archaic. I'll say, I definitely don't see these in as high of quality as the NES entries. That being said, they're still fun to play, and well, if this is your only way to play a Mega Man game, it's not the worst way to do it. So, I mean, hey, you can always delve into the worst of the Mega Man games on respective platforms, depending on what you thought about it. Ow! What's this fire? Ow! Oh, come on, I wasn't ready for that. Ass. Just prepare yourself for some challenge. Make sure you're well equipped to deal with anything. Know the ins and outs of how Mega Man works, like the fact that he can only shoot 3 pellets on screen at a time. How almost everything can kill him. Pretty much everything that touches him can kill him. That's something to be wary of. You only have one main checkpoint through most of the stages in the game. So, make sure you get good as the game goes along. And while I have said I'm pretty well versed in the Mega Man games, that doesn't mean I'm good. Believe me, I could aim to be better at these. If I wanted to be really good, I could try to beat every boss of the game with just the Buster, but I'm not that crazy. I do want to kind of set a rule so I can make it, you know, a little more exciting. Well, no, maybe not these games. Maybe once I eventually get to the NES ones, I'll do that. Because, well, there's certain things that don't happen in the Game Boy games that happen in the main entries. If you know Mega Man, you'll probably notice by the time we get closer to the end. But yeah, like I said, these are basically miniature versions of the NES Mega Man games. And well, at least they play smoothly. They actually feel nice to play, which, you know, I can't say that about a lot of old school Game Boy games that they felt nice to play. I died again! Also, you could tell the sprites have some issues sometimes. You can't see them or they flicker because, you know, the Game Boy is very limited hardware-wise. So, you know, while it also has some problems like that with the NES versions, it's not nearly as apparent as it is here. So, yeah. Well, I guess it might look better if you're playing on emulator. Still, that's not my style. I just one day decided to buy all these Game Boy Mega Man games, so I was playing a lot of them. I got, like, all 5 of them on here for, like, a total of, like, I want to say, like, 16, 17 bucks? Something like that, which, you know, I consider a pretty good deal, all things considered. These games are all short, which is why they're a Saturday series as well. But, you know, they're a good time. Ow! I knew that was going to get me. Yes! Good thing is that enemies can drop a lot of items. From more weapon energy, to health, to even extra lives, which you haven't seen yet. They basically look like my face down there at the bottom of the screen. To indicate my life total, if you couldn't guess already. Ow! Stop throwing your fire! Then again, maybe I should be running in a way where you throw it elsewhere. But yeah, I've been enjoying Mega Man games a lot lately, so I've been having my fun. Like I said, I played through the main Mega Man X series, which are basically considered the 2 biggest ones, obviously, because regular Mega Man and, well, the X series considered Mega Man's quote-unquote advancement. You'll understand if I just tell you it's basically Mega Man of the future, if you don't know already. But yeah, ever since I really got introduced to the depth of this series, I've been having a lot of fun with it, so. Oh, by the way, objects that are in the stage like that health refill, they go away after you pick them up once. At least in most of the Mega Man games. So, you know, if you have lives to carry over, you expect to die, but, well, are in good shape for one run, leave it. You might need it later, in case you have a worse run. Well, maybe sound ridiculous to expect a run to be worse than your previous one. It happens. Remember, it's me we're talking about here. I'm not exactly the best when it comes to these games. I think I made my point clear. Oh god, fire! Again, analyze the rooms and see how things go. Ow! How levels are formed, and well, try to make your way around it. Die! Why do you all take 10 shots? I could make it easier with the ice, but I'm trying to save it. Either way, we're near the end now. I'm not gonna die stupidly like I did last time. Get out of the way, you damn fire-throwing bastard. I don't like you. You and your flame wars. Oh, yeah. No, I want to leave! Wait, let me leave! Oh, you son of a bitch. Okay, so, I hate this one, though. Fireman! Notice how when I shoot him with this pellet gun, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But if I decide to hit him with ice, it does wonders. And there's the beauty of your boss order weaknesses at work. You find their weakness and nail them with it, it does massive damage, making their battles a lot easier. So then you acquire their weapons to keep the chain alive. And anyway, a firestorm. Beautiful. Man, I was hoping to actually get through all the Robot Masters by the end of this episode, but I forgot I suck at this game. Then again, this first Mega Man Game Boy one definitely wasn't the freshest. But either way, we did good. We got through 2 of them. There's 2 more to go. I'll end this here. So, before I end this off, let me just explain something. So, this whole the whole Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge, I'm going to treat all the Game Boy games as one series. So yeah, we're going to go through all 5 of them in a row. The cool thing about them, though, they tend to get better as they go. With the 5th one arguably being the best, although I personally think Mega Man 4 on Game Boy is a little better. But either way, there's a lot of fun to be had, and the LP will get better as it goes. And, well, each game tends to get longer. Actually, 5 is a little shorter than 4. But either way, the games definitely do hold a lot of fun, especially if you're a Mega Man fan. And, well, yeah, it's a nice alternative to see how it's different. I will say, though, while I have said the Mega Man games tend to be based off the NES games and try to, you know, make levels very similar, the first Mega Man game on Game Boy at least tried to be pretty different about it. Like, it took some of the similar concepts, like the idea of freezing fire and all that, but they made the level layout different to, like, kind of fit a Game Boy screen, you know? Because, you know, on the NES, Mega Man's sprite is a lot smaller in comparison to everything else. So, you know, they try to accommodate the levels to, you know, Mega Man's new size on the Game Boy. And, you know, for the most part, I think they did a pretty good job. While, if you can get the Legacy Collection, I would say you'd prior off playing that and this, but this is a pretty cheap way to do it if you want to, because they're still fun. And, well, if you're even just curious about seeing how the Game Boy games play out, I say play it if you played Mega Man before. If you haven't played a Mega Man game before, and you're wondering why I'm doing what seems like the follow-up instead of the intro to the Mega Man series, well, I feel because of the way these games are, they're not seen nearly as highly as the NES ones, so I consider this more of a preview for the Mega Man games, which I'll probably play in the future! Probably after Mario Party Advance ends, if I had to guess. God, that game sucks. Well, anyway, let's end this episode here. I'm trying to remember. I think I want to go after Cutman next, because I remember he takes out Electman. I'm pretty sure that's right. Oh, by the way, they only take some of the bosses from each Mega Man game, not all of them. That does kind of throw a weird wrench in the boss order because, well, some may be missing in the order. For example, Fireman would be the weakest to another Robot Master, which is the weakest to another Robot Master, which is the true weakness to Cutman. Wait, is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, yeah, you gotta kind of work with what you get. Although, if you do know them from the NES games, the boss order does tend to make this, well, a little more understood, although they do mix a few things up sometimes in some of the other games. We'll get to those later. So, come back next time, we'll take on Cutman! And, well, I'll cut his lifespan short. With his own weapon! If only I could do that.